Hi, this is Cain, and today I'm going to do a simple recipe of taking a basic can of vegetarian vegetable soup that happens to be very high in sodium. For the whole can, it is 1,500 milligrams, which is 65% of what a person would need on a 2,000 calorie intake. And but what I normally do is that I drain the juice out, strain the juice, and I add my vegetable to my pot, which I have on the stove. And but I'm also going to fortify this soup with extra vegetables to give it more flavor. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the water. I have some carrots already added, but there's some little carrots here. I'm going to chop up some celery. And what I like to do, let me break here a little bit. I'm going to just go chop up the celery. And then after I finish chopping the celery, I'm just going to add my seasoning to the water and add garlic and onion and let that marinate together. Okay. So I'm just taking one stop. I cleaned off the end, both the top and both ends of the celery. I'm going to take I usually add about 3 cloves. I just have a tendency to rinse everything. So I'm just going to rinse this real quick. Okay. I'm going to put this over here. Put my spoon in there. I'm going to clip off the ends. And garlic. Okay, so I'm going to smash the garlic. And let's just make it easier for chopping. Generally, I would put a little oil on my fingertips, and that helps so that the oil from the garlic does not absorb in your skin. But another technique to use is that you can always go over your fingertips with a stainless steel spoon. My understanding that works, and or a little lemon juice. I'm just going to mix this up. It doesn't have to be fine. Put that over to the side. I have some onion. And I'm just going to use about like half of that. Going to chop. And this is going to be coarse too. So we're going to put the flavor back in that was taken out. Let's do a coarse cut. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic and the onions to my water, which is not boiling yet, it's just simmering. Okay, I'm going to turn it up high a little bit. And now I'm going to add my blend of seasoning. So my base that I usually go to is a blend of Italian seasoning. And I'm going to use, I'll start off with like 2 tablespoons of that. Because remember, we're putting the flavor back in. Since I am going to add some beans, I'm using some dark red kidney beans. What I've done is that I've rinsed, I'm just using half of a can, and I've rinsed the beans, so there's no liquid in there. And anytime I'm using beans, I gotta have some cumin. I'm going to start off like with 2/3 of a teaspoon, since we're not using a lot. Another go-to spice is cumin. This jar is just about empty, so I may be using all of this. And then I'm going to add some black pepper just to see how much is in here. Okay, it's about a teaspoon. Okay, when you use turmeric, you should always use a little black pepper because it helps with the absorption. And let's do about 1/4. And so if I need to add more spice, I can always add more spice. But this is like my go-to blend. And then I usually like a little kick, a little mild. I'm using some red crushed pepper. And to start with, I'm just going to use an 1/8, which is about a pinch. Sometimes I use 2 pinchers. All right, and so I'm just going to add this to my water with my onions and garlic. Okay, so I'm going to let that cook for a little while. Just like this blend. I don't have a double camera, so you can see what's going over here. And I'm going to go ahead and add my celery. The rest of the carrots. Okay, I'm using some frozen corn. It's just about 1/2 cup. I'll go ahead and add that. Now the last thing I'm going to add is going to be the soup, the vegetables from the soup. That's already cooked, so I don't really need to overcook that. But I do want to cook my beans a little bit, so I'm going to add the beans. Okay, and I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then I'm going to let it simmer. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit on high.